Hello and welcome back to World Race Series 2025. We are officially back. After we shut down following the Road to the Dream, we thought perhaps it would be the last event for a while. But we've decided to go for one last race to spice up this farewell tour for the World Race Series. Today, the World Race Series heads back home to Michelin Raceway, Road Atlanta. A technical 2.54-mile road course with a huge variety of challenges from wide sweeping S-turns to sharp narrow curves. Today will be a true test of man and machine as 24 drivers go all out to win this year's All-Star Classic. And now that we'll have 2 races run, we're going to tally up the points and run a drivers and owners mini championship for this season following the race. It should be quite an interesting race, especially because of the drastic change in racing discipline from the last event at the Homestead Miami Speedway Oval Track. So without further ado, let's get on to the drivers in today's race. Starting on the pole is Arpegia. Astoundingly, this is her 3rd career pole position, with all 3 coming in the last 2 seasons. We've been saying she's the next driver up to be our first-time winner. Could it be her day? Second on qualifying day was Ethan, the winner of the very first race of the World Race Series Machinima era, all the way back in 2016. In third is Bobber, making the start for Desert Racing, while Ranch Hand and family watch on from the stands. She's shown a lot of speed the past few years. Keep an eye on her out there. Starting fourth is Surf Rat, the winner of the first race of 2025. Perhaps momentum is on his side, and he'll have to carry the banner for Paradise Racing as Steph is not racing today. Blasting off from 5th is Sheepster, the winner of World Race Series 2015, carrying her team to the championship that year. Starting in 6th is Night Runner, the 2023 World Race Series champion and currently the winningest World Race Series driver. He didn't run very well at Homestead. Could he get redemption today? Giving it the beans from 7th is the East Troy Rocket. She also finished poorly at Homestead, but was really fast in practice today. She's one of the best dirt and asphalt intermediate track racers in the series. Revving it up from 8th is the President, back again for one last race as an active driver, now driving for Lucky Tito Incorporated. Lucky Tito himself is not racing today and is watching from the stands. After this race, both of them will elect to change their driver status to inactive. It doesn't mean they may never race again, but it simply means they are not officially active competitors right now. A good qualifying effort may mean one last good effort for President and Lucky Tito Incorporated. He's the 2022 Road to the Dream champion and one of the best drivers in World Race Series history. In 9th is GT Kid, making his first ever start, making him one of the 4 rookies this season. He has some amateur racing experience and seems to have a lot of speed out of the gate. Flying out of 10th is Wavy J, one of the best rising stars in our series and one of the best tactical road course racers that we have. Watch out for him out there. In 11th is the Owl, another one of our best road course racers out there, runner-up in the 2022 Drivers' Championship and a 2-time winner that year. She has a lot of fight in her, and we could see her run through the field. Starting 12th is Crispy, 2023 Road to the Dream champion, 2014 World Race Extreme winner, and tied for 2nd most wins. Another phenomenal road course racer and one of the best drivers on the grid. Also the only driver for Sunset Racing, as Sheepster has gone to Legend Racing and Inc. is not racing today, now a driver that has declared inactive status. But she is cheering on Crispy and Legend from the stands. Launching from 13th is Crucifix, winner of the 2021 Drift event at Yas Marina, and the driver with the best average finish in World Race Series 2016. She's looking to break her losing streak and add another trophy to her case. Out of 14th is Barebone, representing BTR today. This will be the last race for the team, as it announced it will be shutting down following this event. One last good effort from the 2nd youngest team in the garage. Starting 15th today is Wolf Air, winner of the 2021 Drift event in Japan, and runner-up in the 2020 Road to the Dream, and one of the most aggressive and determined drivers out there. In 16th at the start will be Lair Bear, making his 2nd career start. In his first start, he incredibly finished in the top 10 at Willow Springs in a Mustang, and he's looking to try it again. Starting 17th is one of the most adaptable drivers we have. It's the Bandit. After a shockingly bad finish at Homestead, they're looking to have a better day today. Unfortunately, the odds are stacked against them. In 18th on the line is Big Ed, the 2020 Series champ. He had some great speed at Homestead. Let's see if it will translate to today. Starting 19th is Quesadilla, another bright new rookie. Owl Motorsports has come back to run another race. An exceptionally small team, but one that's very hard to get rid of. Even though they qualified badly, you know they'll give it their all. Out of 20th place is Bookworm. He got to the second elimination round of World Race Series 2017 and has been running in the series since 2016, being one of the longest running drivers on the fringes of competition. Always hanging on. Way to go, Bookworm. Starting 21st is Voyage, one of the 3 drivers making their first start today. Also making their debut is a new team, the Sea Dogs, sponsored by none other than the United States Navy. Voyage himself is a Navy veteran and will be putting his hard-working skills to the test today. This will be his only World Race Series start, serving only to kickstart the team before going into a management role. Beginning the event in 22nd will be Bubbles, the 4th and final 2025 rookie in this race, making her second ever start today. After a respectable effort at Homestead, she's looking to have a good, clean race today. This will also be her last start before going inactive, as her family-owned team Houdini's Dog has some limitations, and its investors need to focus on other things at the moment. No word on if her or the team will continue to stay active in the series in the future, but she will get a send-off in grand fashion today, racing at high speeds at Road Atlanta. Starting 23rd is the Hippie. She's one of the best road course racers that we have, but had a horribly slow qualifying run because of valve spring problems. She and her team had to rebuild the entire engine overnight. Luckily, Metalhead is not running this week and was able to fill in for mechanic duty. Hopefully, her backup engine will run better. Starting in last is Matzo after a nasty spin that saw him fly into the gravel. He'll have to work his way up to get a good finish. He is tied for the second most wins in World Race Series history and currently holds the longest season-to-season win streak at 4 consecutive seasons with a win. He's going to have to work and pass 23 cars to keep that going. And those are your warriors that will do battle here today in Braselton. Now the drivers have finished their pace laps and are ready to race. And it's lights out and a bad start for Arpeggio. Ethan sweeps into the lead and the outside lane falls in with Surfrat underneath Arpeggio for second. Bobber's falling, now passed by Night Runner. Everyone got stacked up behind Arpeggio. And we have President past Sheepster for 6th. And out of the first turn, Night Runner goes for the pass in Arpeggio and takes it. President falls in to take 5th. Sheepster's falling back to 8th. Wavy J to 7th. Lots of jostling throughout the pack, and Arpeggio is dropping like a rock, now sitting in 6th. While Wavy J is advancing positions with each turn. And then Warfare has fallen out of the top 15 and is futilely fighting for positions out there. Matzo's also up to 21st from last place already. Well, and we've got a car off track, and it's Bobber into the sand trap. Oh, she was having a great start to her day. And she can't get it together, she loses even more spots. That mistake will keep her up tonight, as she had a chance to take it to the front and win this thing today. And Ethan is still leading and extending his lead over Surfrat. Here we see Wavy J fighting with, and President is off the track. Another driver with speed to win is out of it. And he's into the wall too. It's devastating. We've got a lot of drivers pushing their limits on the first lap here. They know it's a track position day. And it's in his last race too. There's Bobber passing him for 23rd. On the straight, here's Crispy, who's fought their way up to 6th place, up from 12th. The Rocket looks to pass, but doesn't have the speed. And there's Warfare going for the pass on her teammate Bandit. And she goes for a 2-1 on GT Kid. No cigar, but some very clean racing out there. These 3 teammates have been fighting hard the past few corners. And Warfare goes for the big dive. Past not only GT Kid, but also the Owl. Warfare into the top. Oh, and someone's off course. And it's a crash. Oh, Matzo into Lair Bear. Crucifix. And the rest of the field comes flying. Bobber bringing up the rear there. Looks like that was the big one, folks. And what a shame. Lair Bear was another driver that worked his way up into the top 10 and was having a great day today. Meanwhile, the Owl fights Warfare for her spot back. But it's not going to happen as Warfare keeps the position and goes for the pass on Barebone for 9th. Now that right there is some pure skill. Meanwhile, Ethan still leads here on lap 2. The Surf Rat is trying desperately to close that gap and win his second race of the year. But unfortunately for him, they're nearly matching lap times out there. Surf Rat does seem to be gaining on the straights, even though in turns it looks like Ethan's got him beat. Night Runner having a fairly quiet race, running third. Crispy has been trying to pass Sheepster this whole lap. They go for a pass, but can't get it done there. Wayfarer passes the Rocket for 8th back there. And we now begin lap 3. Matzo has also sneakily been working his way up. The defending winner of this race, I'm sure he wants to run it back. And there's Bubbles back there running at 17th. Not bad for her first road course outing. And the President still runs in last place. Way off the pace. Not exactly the way he was planning to go out. Crispy tries again to make a move on the Sheepster. But Sheepster still has lots of speed through here. Ethan's still maintaining that gap on Surf Rat. And there it is! Crispy finally passes the Sheepster! The Rocket dives on the Owl for 8th. And Owl takes it back! The Owl, Wayfarer, and the Rocket have been fighting viciously throughout this past lap. Speaking of laps, the drivers have now started the final lap. Matzo is now up to 13th, making huge progress. Whatever's under that hood is some serious hardware. And now past Arpegia. Three wide for 13th back there. Can the Sylvia pass the Corvette? Yes! Yes, it can! Very good driving from Matzo. Up to 11th now. Back in the pack, the Hippie, Bookworm, and Quesadilla have been fighting to stay in the top 20. There's Lair Bear putting the bumper to Voyage. He's definitely a little frustrated with the day he's had. And there's Ethan, putting on absolute domination, kicking teeth in and taking names. Crispy's had a great day as well and is now looking at passing Wavy J. Oh, can they do it? And Wavy J! He will keep the position. And here's Ethan. He's gonna be an all-star. Get your game on. Round the final turn. Ethan wins the 2025 All-Star Classic. What a show. Ethan is your All-Star Classic champion, taking the crown from Matzo's defiant win last season. This is Ethan's second career win and his first since 2016, almost 10 years ago. Can you believe it? Squashing a 69 race winless streak. He's come close a few times, but he's finally done it, and in dominating fashion today in the World Race Series home state. It's the third win for Comet Motorsports, the first for the team since 2022, and the first by a driver other than the Owl. He had one of the fastest cars and made the least amount of mistakes out there today, and it's all paid off now. I'm sure this win feels so good after having a few rough years and coming so close so many times. It was one heck of a race. Even though it wasn't a dogfight for Ethan, it sure was for everyone else. On the leaderboard, Surfrat comes up one spot short, making his average finish this season a clean 1.5. Night Runner gets redemption for a mid-finish at Homestead. And Wavy J finishes fourth, keeping Midnight Motorsports alive through sheer grit, even on its dying breaths as its last active driver. Crispy finishing in the top 5, up from a 12th place start. A really good redemption from last season, where Crispy really didn't do too well. And Woofair, what a day for her too. Up from a 5th place start, she probably had the car and the skill to win today if she had the track position. The Bandit and Matzo also flew through the field today, Matzo especially, starting in last place and passing 13 drivers in a bid to defend his all-star title, nearly getting a top 10. Unfortunately, GT Kid, the Rocket, and Arpegia fell back quite a bit from their average running position, but still had respectable performances. Arpegia especially from the pole. This is now 4 times she started near the front of a race and had a chance to dominate, only to fall under the pressure. Still, I think she's learned valuable lessons today. And there's Bobber, Lair Bear, and President, 3 drivers that had gnarly incidents out there. The President especially will be disappointed in his run, but he still put up a valiant effort with his qualifying position and passing cars to go for the win out there. And now, as we have completed 2 races in 2025, we can now have an impromptu Drivers and Owners Championship. And here it is. Unsurprisingly, Surfrat hoists the trophy at the end of the day with an astounding 1.5 average finish. Crispy, Woofair, Sheepster, and Crucifix get the best points finish of their careers. Great performances this season from all of them. And since some drivers tied on points, the determining factor for tiebreakers are their average qualifying starting position between both races. And here we have the owners' standings, and it's Comet Motorsports grabbing the dub over Legend Racing, the defending 2-time title winners. In 22 and 23, they won the title by huge margins of victory. They only lost this year by a measly 20 points, but a loss is a loss. Comet is finally on top after finishing 3rd in 21, 4th in 22, and 3rd in 23. It's their moment. Wisconsin Motorsports has finally bested a 6th place points finish for an excellent 3rd. Meanwhile, Paradise Racing gets an impressive 4th place with only 2 drivers, Steph and Surfrat. As you can see, the total drivers run by each team this season is in parentheses to the right. And now, speaking of champions, Surfrat now etches his name into the Hall of Champions as an official driver's champion. Even though some people may put an asterisk next to his name, as there are only 2 races this season, people have done a lot less to win championships in the World Race Series in the past, so he can still stand proud. You can be sure that Comet Motorsports and Surfrat will be celebrating well into tomorrow morning. Well, folks, that's all we got from Road Atlanta, and for World Race Series 2025 as a whole. Now, this is actually the last race of the season, and our true farewell to the World Race Series for the time being, and an unknown amount of time. And we'd like to also offer our farewells to a World Race Series driver. We would like to dedicate this video to our very own Gare Bear. He was a formidable competitor and a great racer. He passed away in early 2025 and will be missed. And now we've got to get packed up as there are summer showers and rainstorms rolling in over the southern sky. It's been an honor to call these races, and I'm grateful for each and everyone who's been involved with this project or supported it throughout the years. And of course, every driver that has graced the racetrack with their presence, immortalized entire tracks and burnt gasoline. All have earned their place in history. And until the next time we add to that history, this is Sailor Marvov, signing off.